Hi there, Colin. I'm here. Hope you're doing very well wherever it is that you may happen to be. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look and reacting to the Knocked Loose track Suffocate featuring Poppy, which came out relatively recently. And I'm going to briefly touch on the quote controversy that it caused in its performance featuring Poppy on the Jimmy Kimmel show, I think it was. I've been covering a little bit of metal on the channel lately, stuff that I think is metal, and some people disagree, but I also did a video on why I don't think Lars of Metallica sucks at drumming. You could check that out on my channel and weigh in on with your opinion on that video if you'd like to. And also in this video, I'm going to be breaking out something that I haven't had in a good while, and maybe it's been a bit too long, but I'm going to be breaking out the Obsidian Dagger. My beautiful wife brought this home from me to me from a trip to Mexico. And I have no reason to believe that this is not authentic, that this was not used to pierce the heart of some warrior on some long forgotten battlefield many years ago. I used to use this in videos and I would raise it in salute, being very careful not to puncture my eyes or perforate my bald dome. And I feel like holding it makes me a little more powerful and definitely brings the music to light. So if this track evokes that ancient battlefield, that long forgotten warrior, I might just raise it and salute to the metal. Is that stupid? Am I an idiot? That's for you to decide in the comments, but I personally find this thing is awesome. There's no practical need for this thing in my life. Even as a weapon, Obsidian chips, fragments, and breaks, but maybe breaking off inside the enemy was a bonus. I don't know. I wouldn't want to walk around with a chunk of that lodged into my thorax. Anyways, the reason why I decided to check this out, aside from covering some Metallica on the channel recently, is because I just decided to have a look-see and see what the top metal was recently, because I'm woefully out of touch with metal. I'm still listening to Dying Fetus and Quo Vadis and Cryptopsy and the stuff that I listened to as a young man in Canada. And yeah, I like to check in on metal every once in a while. To be honest, I haven't been that impressed with what I have found, but I did think that I should go and check out what the top current metal is. And Knock Loose came up on the Loudwire as the #1 album of 2024, metal album. I did check out Metal Injection. I don't know if I need an injection of metal anytime soon, but they said that Blood Incantation, which I have heard of, their album was the best. So maybe I'll check that out later, but I kind of found a lot of stuff relating to Knock Loose, and I do remember there's a bit of controversy with Poppy there, and which we'll touch on very briefly now. But basically, somebody on Twitter or some social media platform took to I'm angry and decided to make a comment. And I did read this quote before. You know, I was trying to enjoy the program, one viral comment read. I was sitting on the couch with my son. I don't know what time Kimmel comes on, but isn't it late night TV? What are you sitting on the couch with your son watching it? Maybe it's a Friday, I don't know, a rerun, who knows. My son, who is an adolescent in all caps, waiting to see the musical guest because we blah, blah, blah. By the third or fourth junt from the guitars, my son was in tears, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't like scary things, blah, blah, blah. You're raising a wimp. That's your problem, not a metal band's problem. Definitely not late night TV's problem. Late night TV is lacking sincerity and any kind of real energy these days. If you watch it, it's absolute garbage, and there's a reason why podcasts are destroying that medium. But this to me seems like a publicity stunt. Now, I'm not in marketing. But if I was, I would probably retire and spare the world an endless stream of garbage like this. The second you see the term junt used in caps and the adolescent all in caps, just the whole composition of this little tweet, maybe the guy's a professional X user, I don't know, but just the way that this is formatted, it looks ridiculous because everything from the children are a danger. Oh, metal's going to kill. People have been saying metal's going to kill the children for a long time, since the days of Black Sabbath, since the days of rock and roll, etc. Rock and roll is the devil. There's nothing new there. The use of the word junt, if you're not familiar with the language of metal or the current state of metal, that term junt, misinterpreted from gent, I believe it is, DJENT, seems a little suspicious there. And asking for the apology, it all just seems like bullshit. So I'm going to chalk that controversy and that this whole article and story up to complete bullshit and some kind of publicity stunt, which is good for metal if it can get a little bit of publicity these days, because that's probably lacking. But I think the artist, if there is any sincerity to this, they did well, because they just said, P.S. if it scared you, good. And I think, yeah, that would be my sentiment as well. Who cares? It's music. If it was allowed on television, it can't be that controversial. And most of this crap, you can't understand what these guys are saying anyways. So let's get right into it. Let's have a look at this video. Let's full screen. All right, this is Knock Loose Suffocate featuring Poppy. If it gets blocked, I'll have to clip this down, but I will still give you my thoughts. That came in hard. Oh, we got. She looks like one of the 9 from Tolkien. Oh. Imagery.
Burdened by our connection, I long for separation. In the waning glow, every breath tries hard to escape. The rain is over now. Have you found your grave? Suffocate!
Well, I do usually talk to her in my videos, but that song, as the title of the song implies, suffocated me and didn't give me a minute to get a goddamn word out edgewise. That was fantastic from energy point of view, from a video point of view. Poppy coming in. I can't remember who Poppy is. I remember years ago, I think there was this. All I remember is her saying, "I'm Poppy," and there was some kind of hard-edged electronic rock kind of sound. I don't know anything about Poppy, full disclosure, but she wasn't in that song for the sake of her being there and novelty. She sang very well and added a lot to the track, and just the imagery of that video is just sparse. It looked metal, I guess you could say. She kind of had like a Galadriel, took a long weekend on the wrong side of the tracks, maybe met somebody proliferating some kind of substance, and she was going through some kind of existential crisis. I don't know. It was good. I enjoyed that track. There was definitely some of the well-established tropes of metal. It wasn't too junty, as the person in that publicity piece pointed out. It was genty, but it also had, like, years ago I used to listen to something called the Dillinger Escape Plan, I think it was. There was a couple of bands. I remember there's this one track, "Stay Away from the Construction Yard." I can't remember what it was, but that discordant, dun, 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 that weird noise. You had that point where the music kind of sucked out, and then you just had those dry snare runs. That was fantastic, and there's some kind of maybe synth action. I don't know if it's a guitar pedal or something going on behind the music, and kind of cruising it into the next build. It was good. I liked it. The problem that I have with most modern metal is it just sounds like stuff run on a MIDI sample. The drums don't sound real. That sounded like a live performance, a recorded live performance, I should say. And I enjoyed that. And will I go check out the rest of this album? Absolutely. These days, I don't find myself in need of a big metal injection most often. But when I exercise, I still do go back to some of the stuff because I find that the energy is good and it's unrelenting. It doesn't give you a chance to kind of be like, why can't I be fat? Why can't I stop exercising? Why do I have to always be in motion? What am I moving towards? And when you have a track with this kind of energy, it doesn't give you a second to think about that sort of stuff. And indeed, it suffocates. So I really enjoyed that track. Like I say, the controversy seems like a bunch of bullcrap. I did get the knife out. And I have to say, I'm not saying metal or rock is the devil, but I did turn this blade onto myself at one point. And I don't know what it means, but I don't care. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel for more content of a similar stupid nature. And I'll see you in a future video.